Good evening, children. Thank you for joining us. Over the next 5 nights, we're going to be reading you a bedtime story from the new book, Seb and Polly Planet on their ocean quest. Join Seb as she discovers a solution to plastic pollution with her new superhero friend, Polly Planet. And the book is by Michelle Cassar and the illustrations are by Eve Barat. Standing in front of her by the open window was Polly Planet, the new superhero from her comic book. Wearing big old-fashioned flying goggles, her blue and gold cape shimmering in the moonlight, Polly's face broke into a huge smile. Seb stared in astonishment. Polly Planet really does have super special powers. You're from my comic book, stammered Seb. I was just wishing I could join you on your quest. Well, that's why I'm here. Nice to meet you, children. I'm Polly Planet and welcome to chapter 2. So yesterday we were just left Seb and Polly Planet on the beach and Seb was just about to find out what PALL meant. The following morning, Seb sat up in bed and rubbed the sleep from her eyes and stared out of her bedroom window. Memories came flooding back in a flash. She thought of Polly Planet and their awesome nighttime adventure, flying far away with the graceful birds and meeting all the cute fluffy chicks on the island. Had she been dreaming, she wondered? Seb closed her eyes and remembered all the plastic covering the island. She then thought about all the plastic at home and at school. She knew that plastic being everywhere definitely wasn't a dream. Remembering what Polly had taught her, that recycling plastic was not the best solution, she repeated Polly's words out loud. PALL stands for plastic a lot less. If you try being PALL, you may find out the difference you, one little girl, can make. Standing up, Seb felt determined, and with her hands on her hips and screwing up her face in disgust, she said out loud, "Silly grown-ups! Starting today, I'm going to be PALL." And with that, she strutted out of her bedroom. She was hungrier than usual and ready for a huge breakfast. It was Saturday, and that meant outdoor time with her dad and big sister Charlie, playing on the swings, climbing trees and splashing in the sea. While they were climbing their favourite tree, Charlie stood at the bottom and looked up through the branches. How did her little sister always manage to get so high, she wondered. Pretending not to be bothered, Charlie said, "I'm thirsty. Let's get a bottle of water." She turned quickly and started heading off towards the shop. Seb clambered down from the tree and called Charlie back. Remembering Polly's advice, Seb decided to be brave. She caught her breath and swallowed the lump in her throat. She was nervous about having to suggest something new to her big sister, but Seb took a bottle out of her bag and said, "I found this at the back of the cupboard and brought tap water with me. Once we've drunk this, we can refill it." "We can just buy a bottle of water, Seb, like we normally do." "Why have you brought that?" asked Charlie. "Because then we don't have to get a plastic bottle, like we taught at school, remember?" said Seb. "Reduce, reuse. We can reduce plastic by reusing and refilling this." Seb's dad smiled, but Charlie shook her straight bob hair and looked down at her younger sister. "Come on, Sabrina, you're just one little girl saying no to one plastic water bottle. What difference can you make?" Then Charlie paused. Looking at her little sister and the bottle in her hand, she had a clever idea. "Oh well," she said, giving a little shrug. "If refilling means I can save my pocket money, I'm in. Give me some." Charlie grabbed the water bottle and took 3 big gulps, wiping her chin. "Thanks, Seb," and headed off to the swings, throwing her sister a cheeky grin as she walked off. Seb had refused her first plastic water bottle by bringing the reusable one instead. Is this what being PALL, plastic a lot less, means? She wondered. Seb and Charlie spent the rest of the day playing in the park, riding their bikes, skateboarding, swinging on the swings, watching snails and petting dogs. Then to cool off, they raced each other down to the beach for their very best part of the day, splashing about in the sea. When they got home, they tucked into some delicious dinner that Seb hoped would make her windy pop, and then she went to bed and fell in fast asleep. Seb slept peacefully, with only the occasional snort and snore, until she was woken by a tapping on the window. Tap, tap, tap. She rushed to open it, and through the window popped the head of 2 giant birds. "Wow, you're bigger than me," Seb remarked. Unruffled, one bird said,
"Do you know what kind of birds we are? Here's a clue. We have a wingspan of over 6 feet long."
They paused, waiting for Seb to answer. She was pretty sure she knew, so she replied confidently, "Are you albatrosses?"
"Yeah, we're albatrosses. Life-saving albatrosses, to be precise,"
said one of the birds.
"We live far out at sea, gliding thousands of miles to find food. We're surface feeders, which means we find most of our food on top of the ocean. These days, there's so much plastic floating on the sea, we gobble it up by mistake. We feed it to our young, who then have no room in their bellies for real food. We are now what humans call endangered."
Seb remembered the island and the cute chicks she'd seen, surrounded by plastic. Ah, she thought, these were the same birds Polly had flown with. Then the other albatross spoke.
"By taking your water bottle out with you and refilling it, there'll be fewer bottle tops on the ocean surface."
Birds looked at her, tilting their heads.
"Will you be plastic a lot less, Seb, and carry on refilling and saying no to bottled water?"
Of course, it was easy to refill. I'll be PALL for you. Seb, you being PALL will help us eat safely in the future. Thank you. The albatrosses bobbed up and down with time with each other. They lifted their heads and clacked their beaks. It was a kind of dance. Seb watched in amazement. Then she lay back on her bed, laughing with joy. By being PALL, maybe she really had made a difference to the dancing, lacing albatrosses and their cute, fluffy chicks. Once they'd gone, Seb drifted happily off to sleep.
Well, there you are, children. Chapter 2 of Seb and Polly Planet on their ocean quest. I hope you enjoyed it and you'd like finding out what PALL meant. Now, obviously, Seb and Charlie, when they went out, they refilled, didn't they, in the cafe? All things are a little bit different now, aren't they, because we're at home. So we've got other tips for you and how you can refill at home and all other activities and word searches and all other things. And it's all in the links below or at sebandpollyplanet.com. So get your grown-ups to go there for the activities and we'll see you tomorrow evening for Chapter 3. All right, children, nighty-night, and do ask your grown-ups to give us a comment and let us know how you're finding the story. Okay, night, children. Good night. Good night. Oh, I'm getting the hang of it, by the way. Much better.